Hello and welcome to the Miraculous Lightworkers channel, your go-to place for all things about enlightenment and lightworkers. Today we're going to do the October 3rd reading from the Daily Meditations for Practicing the Course by Karen Casey. This is available on Amazon.com. Today's reading is about forgiveness. And the opening question asks, who needs forgiveness today? We sometimes find ourselves surrounded by friends and colleagues who irritate us. It's normal to gravitate toward men and women who frequently incite our anger. There's an explanation for this. The Course teaches that everything we observe and feel about others is a direct projection of our own shortcomings. This is not an easy principle to accept, particularly when there is so much in others that engenders our irritation. It helps to learn that our sole purpose here is to know forgiveness. It's evident pretty quickly that we need to forgive ourselves. If we weren't so disgusted with ourselves, we'd not be so eager to bring others down too. The obvious first task is to be more tolerant of our own failings, acknowledging that to be human is to be imperfect. Next, we must forgive ourselves. This isn't easy, but with the help of the Holy Spirit, we can come to believe that we deserve love. After developing compassion for ourselves, we'll be able to feel it for others. It doesn't just happen, we have to work at it. But a transformation is guaranteed, and eventually everyone looks okay. The closing affirmation is, I will be surrounded by folks who deserve forgiveness today. Who I see is who I am. Before I came to the Course in Miracles, I had heard some of these concepts before, but learning from the Course really brought it all home for me in a very complete way. So finding yourself surrounded by people that are driving you crazy sometimes, or they just bug you, or they do things that are outright, in your opinion, wrong, that seems to be sort of the human experience. Not very many people escape that, right? We can all think of somebody, maybe more than one somebody, that causes us to feel angry, frustrated, and brings about all these emotions that if they weren't already inside of us, they wouldn't be rising to the surface. It's almost like they're asking to be healed, and they're doing it in really sideways order. So I remember one of my favorite teachers, Wayne Dyer, he said, what you get when you squeeze somebody is kind of what's inside. So you can think of outside circumstances and people as squeezing you, sort of, putting pressure on you to react in a certain way. And if what you have inside is anger, anger comes out. And it doesn't take much a lot of times. It can be any number of things. It can be somebody in our family says something and we feel immediately hurt or offended. Or we can be out in the world and we don't want to see ourselves as having that kind of shortcoming with our families. So we'll find other ways to handle it. We will have road rage or be unkind to random strangers in public, something like that. We see these things all the time. And that's just the unconsciousness in us asking us to come alive, come awake, and realize what is going on within me, within my spirit, that needs to be handled and looked at. Most of us, most of the time, we just run from it. We don't want to think about it. That stuff isn't pretty. We'd rather think that somebody else is causing the problem and that we are not responsible, right? But the Course in Miracles is really about learning to take responsibility for everything that is yours, even if it looks like it's coming from someone else. And it comes down to forgiveness. We have to forgive ourselves for not being more awake, enlightened. We have to forgive ourselves for not acting in ways that show grace. And it's everybody, so it's the human condition. We're all reflecting each other and projecting our stuff out there, and we all need healing. Even the wounded warrior that comes back as the healed healer still will find things most of the time at some point. Something will arise in your human experience that will bring you to center and give you something to really focus on, pay attention to, heal. Because if there's nothing left, the whole journey's over, right? We're all coming to perfection, and having this human experience is intrinsic to that. So let's work today on forgiving ourselves for not knowing better, for behaving in ways that were unbecoming of us, that other people didn't deserve. Let's look back and try to forgive other people that behaved to us in those ways. So we stop sort of batting it around and slinging mud. Let's resolve it already and rise above. That's what we need to do as light workers in the world right now, to transmute all of the negativity, because the time has come. It's over now. We need to get to the point of complete realization, complete awakening, complete activation. And we can only do that together, right? It takes all of us. Thanks for joining me on the Miraculous Lightworkers channel for October 3rd reading of the daily meditations for practicing the Course. Of course, we're always going to be coming back to a daily reading from the Course in Miracles. You can learn more about the Course in Miracles at ACIM.org. If you feel like you learned something and that this might be valuable to somebody else, please like, share, subscribe, comment. We rise together. So this is an interactive platform, and I encourage everyone to ask questions. Some of these concepts are new. Some of them are even abrasive sometimes, because we don't want to always look at our shadow, right? But we do this together. So join us next time as we come back to uplift, enlighten, and awaken together. Have a beautiful evening. Bye.